Long ago, in the golden heart of the African savannah, lived a young lion named Simba. He wasn't the strongest lion, nor the biggest, and definitely not the bravest. But Simba had something even more special, a heart full of kindness, curiosity, and courage he didn't know he had yet. Every morning, Simba woke up to the soft glow of the rising sun. The warm breeze brushed through his golden fur as birds chirped a new melody each day. Simba loved exploring. He loved learning, and he especially loved listening to the old stories that the elder animals told under the giant baobab tree. One morning, while Simba was playing near the river, he saw something shining under the water. He leaned closer and noticed a small piece of wood with strange markings. He picked it up and rushed to his best friend, Tycho the monkey. "Tycho, look at this. I think it's a map," Simba said, his eyes sparkling. Tycho jumped down from a branch, took the wooden piece, and examined it closely. "Simba, this is not just a map. This looks like a treasure map." Simba's jaw dropped. "Treasure? Here? In our savannah?" Before Tycho could answer, they heard a deep voice behind them. "A treasure map indeed," said Grandpa Rhino, slowly stepping forward. "Long ago, the ancient lions hid a great treasure. Not gold, not diamonds, but something far more powerful. Something that was meant to protect the savannah." Simba's ears perked up. "Protect the savannah? From what?" Grandpa Rhino lowered his voice. "From darkness, from danger, from those who wish to harm our home." Simba looked at the map again. Suddenly, he felt something warm in his heart. A feeling he hadn't felt before. A feeling of responsibility. I want to find this treasure," Simba said softly. Tycho's eyes widened. "Simba, that means a long journey. Big dangers, scary places." Simba gulped. "I know, but if this treasure protects our home, I must try." And so, the adventure began. Simba, Tycho, and their friend, Zuri. The zebra set off deep into the savannah. The map showed 3 symbols: the Whispering Cave, the Valley of Echoes, and the Mountain of Light. Their first stop was the Whispering Cave. As they entered, eerie sounds echoed around them. It felt like the cave was whispering their names. Simba's paws trembled. Tycho clung to Zuri, shaking like a leaf. "Don't worry," Simba said, trying to sound brave. "We stick together." Inside the cave, they found glowing stones marking a path. With each step, Simba felt braver. Suddenly, a giant shadow moved in front of them. The friends froze. But then, out stepped a giant tortoise. "Why do you walk through my cave?" the tortoise asked gently. Simba bowed his head politely. "We seek the ancient treasure to protect our savannah." The tortoise studied them silently. Then he said, "The treasure can only be found by those with courage, kindness, and unity. Continue forward, and remember, fear loses its power when friends stand together." Simba thanked him and walked out of the cave feeling stronger. Their next destination was the Valley of Echoes. As they entered, every sound they made bounced loudly from every direction. Tycho screamed just to hear the echo, and Zuri giggled, but suddenly, a loud roar echoed through the valley. A roar none of them had made. "Who was that?" Simba whispered. A shadowy figure moved behind the rocks. The friends huddled together. Then, a hyena jumped out, laughing wickedly. Well, he sneered. "Little Simba thinks he can find the treasure. That treasure belongs to me." Simba's heart raced, but he remembered the tortoise's words. "Fear loses its power when friends stand together." "We're not afraid," Simba said bravely. "We won't let you harm the savannah." Tycho jumped onto the hyena's head, covering his eyes, while Zuri kicked dust in the air. Simba roared, not the biggest roar, not the loudest, but a brave one. Confused and startled, the hyena ran off. The friends cheered and continued their journey. Finally, they reached the Mountain of Light. According to the map, The treasure was hidden at the top, but the climb was steep, and the wind blew fiercely. Simba slipped several times, and Tycho nearly fell off a ledge, but every time, they helped each other. When they reached the top, they found a stone pedestal with a glowing orb resting gently on it. "The treasure?" Simba whispered. He touched the orb, and suddenly, a warm golden light burst out, surrounding them. In that moment, Simba saw visions, the savannah blooming with life, animals living in peace, children laughing, the land shining with hope. A voice echoed around him. "Simba, the true treasure is not power, not riches, but responsibility, courage, and kindness. You are now the guardian of the savannah." Simba stepped back as the light faded. The orb transformed into a golden necklace with a small lion symbol. When Simba wore it, he felt courage fill his entire heart. As they walked down the mountain, every animal in the savannah gathered around them. They cheered for Simba, Tycho, and Zuri. Grandpa Rhino stepped forward proudly. "Simba, you have proven yourself. You faced fear, protected your friends, and showed your bravery. The savannah is safe because of you." Simba smiled shyly. "I didn't do it alone. I had my friends." All the animals clapped and cheered. Simba lifted his necklace proudly and said, "I promise to protect our home, no matter what." And from that day on, Simba wasn't just a young lion anymore. He became the bravest guardian in the savannah, not because of his strength, but because of his heart. And every night, when the stars twinkled above, Simba would look at the sky and remember the greatest treasure of all: courage, kindness, and friendship.